Reports from Jordan on.
Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 6.
Now at 6, fallen hero. A Lincoln man has died from injuries sustained while responding to a wildfire, the legacy he leaves, and how the community is remembering his service. Plus, recovery efforts. Nebraska Task Force 1 is still in Texas, providing relief in their recent flooding, what officials are expecting in the coming days. And traveling overseas. Governor Pillen is embarking on a trip to Southeast Asia. Who is joining him and how he plans on reflecting Nebraska's ag industry. But first, we begin with dangerous heat sizzling the capital city. Citizen journalist Melanie sending this video into our Now Local News app today. Bit of a foggy morning to start the day today as the sun comes up. Let's take a live look outside through our tower camera to see what conditions are looking like right now. Beautiful blue skies out there. Doesn't look like a ton of cloud cover to help with those high temperatures. I almost feel like I can just see the heat radiating over Lincoln, though. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Emma Norwood. Mackenzie Johnson has the night off. After a cool couple of days, Mother Nature turning up the thermostat once again. Let's turn to meteorologist Dominic Ferraro. Dom, how long can we expect these high temperatures?
Hey, good evening, Emma. And I have several words I would like to use to describe this forecast, but seeing that we are on live TV, we're going to go ahead and call it hot and humid. I know there's certainly some more maybe colorful language I could use, but certainly going to stay on the hot and humid side here for some time. In fact, a few updates then to those heat alerts across the state. The majority of the state now under an extreme heat warning after we saw heat indices up to 115 here in Lincoln earlier today, and kind of split into two segments. The northern half of the state will see this warning continue until 7 o'clock in the morning on Monday. However, us in southeastern Nebraska will see this extreme heat warning in place until Sunday evening, and expiring there at 9 o'clock for us in Lincoln. Now, we could see once again heat indices where that feels like temperature up to 115 degrees. Also a few spots there out towards the west under a heat advisory with that feels like temperature then reaching 110. That goes until the end of the day on Monday as well. Quick look outside in your Allen Communications camera, South 21st and L Street. As you can see, not a lot of clouds, as Emma was mentioning, to give us some relief from the heat. Temperatures in the mid to upper 90s in southeast Nebraska, the triple digits as you head out towards the west. And we're still looking then at a feels like temperature of 108 degrees in Lincoln, 112 in Hebron, 116 in Norfolk and Columbus, and 113 for your feels like in Omaha. So that's going to stick with us the rest of the way. The flip side of the coin, though, we're also monitoring the potential for a few strong to severe storms. In fact, we do have a slight to then enhanced risk of severe weather for northern Nebraska and southern portions of South Dakota, where they could see storms capable of producing large hail and damaging winds. That is not the only day that we have severe weather potential in place across the state. I'll have plenty more details in that forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Tom. And the hot temperatures are taking a toll. The Nebraska Extension in Seward County posting to social media saying they're having to release all livestock and animals ahead of their planned livestock premium auction tomorrow morning. They say this will help protect their health and well-being during the high heat index. They're now asking everyone to remain in place with all tack and equipment to reduce congestion. And Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach announcing their extended hours for this weekend due to the heat advisory. They will be open as usual for lunch and dinner and will stay open in between meals. The nonprofit says they'll have cold drinks, showers, paper airplane contests, and good company for anyone in need. Well, breaking now, a Lincoln firefighter dies following a tragic wildfire incident in Colorado. According to the U.S. Department of the Interior, Nathan Matthews, who was from Lincoln, died from injuries he suffered while responding to the Knolls fire in western Colorado on June 27th. He was 43 years old. Matthews was a part of the rifle hell attack crew and was one of 5 firefighters caught in a burnover during initial attack operations. 3 other firefighters died at the scene. Matthews had been receiving medical care for the injuries he suffered during the incident. An investigation team is actively reviewing the circumstances surrounding the incident. And Congressman Mike Flood posting to social media in response to the news, saying he joins all of Nebraska and Colorado in praying for Matthews, the others who lost their lives, and their loved ones as we mourn their loss. He says he is grateful for the firefighters who willingly answer the call to serve, placing themselves in harm's way to keep us safe. And Governor Jim Pillen echoing that statement, commenting on this tragic announcement, saying he is joining in prayers for the family of Nathan Matthews. He says, quote, "The sacrifices our wildland firefighters make are real, and we mourn the loss of Nathan. We are forever grateful for his service and sacrifice. May God be with his loved ones during this time." Well, also breaking now, a car fire sends smoke billowing into the air on Interstate 80. This is just near mile marker 405 by 56th Street. The two right lanes of eastbound I-80 are closed as emergency crews work to handle the situation. Drivers in the area should use caution and expect possible delays. And now over to the latest in the war in Iran. It's been 2 weeks of U.S. strikes. Iran's foreign prime minister rejecting President Trump's threat of an even larger U.S. attack, as the president also warns Russia and China to stay out of the conflict. Here's ABC's Michelle Franzen with the latest.
After 2 weeks of relentless U.S. strikes on Iran, President Trump weighing whether to escalate the military assault.
We can even make it a heavier dose, and it's knocking out everything they have. Or there's a smarter strategy, and that's you make a deal.
Iran firing back, dismissing the president's remarks as bullying and saying it will not bow to force, pressure, or threats. The escalating rhetoric coming just days after the remains of 4 American soldiers killed in the war were returned to the U.S. Iran claiming it has launched a wave of drones toward U.S. targets, American forces striking Iranian drone sites near the Strait of Hormuz, which remains closed off to most ships. Back here at home, gas prices soaring. The average gallon of gas now at $4.10, up 20 cents compared to last month. The president warning Russia and China to stay out of the war. Trump saying both countries have agreed to stop selling weapons to Iran. Michelle Franzen, ABC News, New York.
And back here in Nebraska, we're averaging $4 a gallon. This video here sent into our Now Local News app by citizen journalist Brian, showing gas topping $4.01 a gallon at a Casey's near South 17th and Washington Streets. Scan the QR code on your screen there to download our Now Local News app and show us what you're paying at the pump. We have new developments on Nebraska Task Force 1's efforts in Texas ahead of anticipated flooding. The team is working alongside Live Oak County and Texas State Emergency Management officials as they say forecasts show the Nueces River Basin will see flooding in the next few days. Since arriving on Monday, crews have been hard at work to make sure the community is safe and prepared. According to the team, Task Force 1 is conducting daily ground, water, and air observance of all waterways and roadways that could be affected in the area. Now, that includes identifying downed trees, unstable banks, low water crossings, and boat access routes for emergency crews. They're going door to door, explaining flood risk and taking down the information of neighbors in the areas. The team says they have swift water and boat rescue teams in position, with a rapid response crew on standby 24 hours a day. Right now, Governor Jim Pillen is embarking on a trade mission. He's traveling to Japan and the Philippines with a state delegation composed of state leaders from the ethanol and manufacturing industry. In Japan, the group will promote Nebraska ag products and energy products like biofuels. The delegation will then travel to the Philippines to explore new markets for Nebraska beef, wheat, and ethanol while strengthening trade relationships in Southeast Asia. And here in Lincoln, kids will be looking for back-to-school supplies this year, and you can help them out. Our back-to-school drive with LPS will be next Thursday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. at our station just south of 10th and Van Dorn. You can come and stop by to meet our team and drop off any new supplies that can help a student in need. Just scan the QR code on your screen and you can see what items are needed the most, but of course, any donations are appreciated. And coming up after the break, an aerial view. The Lincoln Sports Foundation is hosting hundreds of USA archery athletes for JOAD Target Nationals. What the view of the campus looks like from above, right after the break.
Get this exceptional offer on a 2026 Cadillac XT5. Visit your local Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer.
At Neiman & Sons, we don't just offer the best residential and commercial roofing, siding, gutters, and windows. We also support our community. Since 2015, Neiman & Sons has been a sponsor of Lincoln Youth Football. Our owners, contractors, and office workers all give back by coaching and cheering on our youth. We take pride in Lincoln and in the next generation. At Neiman & Sons, we work hard to be a roofing company focused on building a stronger, better community. For more information on our services or Lincoln Youth Football, visit NeimanandSons.com.
There's DNA. Then there's heavy-duty DNA. HDNA. It's engineered into every aspect of the GMC Sierra HD. So when the job is heavy, GMC Sierra HD reports for duty. Get 4.9% APR plus $2,000 purchase cash on 2026 GMC Sierra heavy-duty Denali models. Visit these Central Nebraska GMC dealers.
Chevy drivers across America will do a lot in the next 5 years. But one thing they won't do is pay interest on their new Chevy. Right now, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. With no payments for 90 days. Because you've earned this summer. Now it's time to go get it.
Visit your Greater Nebraska Chevy dealers today.
Developing now, the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office is increasing their patrol numbers. This comes as a part of a nationwide Speed Catches Up With You campaign. Starting this Monday through August 8th, LSO is increasing the number of deputies patrolling in Lancaster County. The goal is geared toward reducing speed-related deaths. It's all made possible through a grant from the Nebraska Department of Transportation Highway Safety Office. Deputies will enforce all traffic violations and focus their efforts on speed-related violations. Well, new tonight, we're getting a look at the National Archery Competition happening here in Lincoln. The Lincoln Sports Foundation is hosting the 2026 USA Archery JOAD Target Nationals here in the capital city. They welcomed a total of 927 athletes from across the country. LSF posting this drone shot on your screen there of the event, which started earlier this week. They're thanking the Turf Tank team for helping prep all the lines and logos, making this the first USA Archery event in history prepped entirely by robots. The competition is set to wrap up tomorrow. Right now, a bridge closure is forcing traffic detours in Merritt County. The bridge just north of O Road on 7th Road in Merritt County is now closed. The Merritt County Roads Department conducting an inspection today, and the results are requiring a shutdown. The bridge is about 3/4 of a mile south of the Archer Zion Church on 7th Road. The sheriff's office is warning drivers to not drive past the barricades under any circumstance. No word on when it could reopen or if any repairs are being done. New at 6, the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office is reflecting on their time out west. Here's Deputy Parmer and his canine Onyx in front of Chimney Rock in Morrill County. They and other members of the department ventured out to the Panhandle to assist federal law enforcement partners. They say opportunities just like this one strengthen partnerships and help ensure they're ready to respond whenever needed.
While hot and humid conditions headline the forecast, we're also looking at the potential for strong to severe storms across the state in the coming days. I'll have more details in your full forecast coming up after the break.
Celebrate America's 250th birthday with Supreme Spa and Pool. Save up to $7,100 on above ground pools, or get 40% off select packages, or take up to $5,000 off a premium spa. Supreme Spa and Pool.
I'm Pete Ricketts, and I approve this message.
Dan Osborne says he's one of us.
But his campaign is about enriching himself.
Osborne and his wife funneled campaign money into shady companies they control.
Nearly $500,000
right into Osborne's pockets.
Some of that money was raised with Dana Chasen,
a man accused of trafficking girls for Jeffrey Epstein.
Dan Osborne is gonna change Washington? Give me a break. Dan Osborne's just in it for himself.
For himself.
Osborne's just in it for himself.
At Organized by Design, we handle all the moving and the organizing process.
Whether you're downsizing, decluttering, or starting fresh in a new home, we take on the details so you never feel overwhelmed. We coordinate movers, bring the supplies, pack, unpack, and set up your new space so it feels complete the moment you arrive. By move-in day, everything is unpacked, your bed is made, the pictures are on the wall. All you have to do is walk into your new space and feel at home.
Call Organized by Design today.
Hey, B. What you doing?
Just working.
True.
What's up?
What's up? Hey, Dookie! Pick up the phone!
What's up?
What's up?
What's What's up?
Okay, guys, we need to talk. This "was up" thing is out of control. Agreed.
What's up?
Jones knows what's up with your roof.
Developing now, Lincoln Fire and Rescue is teaming up for Sound Off Saturday. Firefighters are partnering with the American Red Cross volunteers to go door to door across Lincoln, making sure families are well prepared in any case of emergency. Now, this is part of their America 250 smoke alarm sound off campaign. The goal is to make sure smoke alarms in homes around the capital city are working properly to keep everyone safe in case of a fire. Volunteers are also offering free smoke alarm installation for homes that need them. Firefighters say working smoke alarms can provide extra seconds to escape safely, giving families more time to get out and call for help.
Now, your Storm Alert Team Forecast with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro.
Well, we have an absolutely jam-packed forecast here for your Saturday, so let's get right into it as we're talking heat and humidity through the weekend and into the start of next week with several heat alerts in place for those dangerous feels-like temperatures. On top of that, we're monitoring the potential for showers and thunderstorms all the way through the weekend as well, and 1 to 2 of which maybe on the strong to severe side each day. And if we're talking relief from the heat, might have to wait here for a bit. Likely going to see highs then into the 90s through the end of the month here. And maybe as we head towards the start of August, start talking temperatures back down into the 80s. Today also marks a significant piece of history in the state. This is the 90th anniversary of our warmest temperature here in the capital city. In fact, it was so warm back in 1936, they were sleeping on the lawn of the Capitol. This photo here from the Nebraska State Historical Society. The high that day, 115 degrees and an overnight low of 91. So while it's been plenty hot out there today, we're still 15 degrees short from that record high. And thankfully, we're not looking at overnight lows that warm. However, it's still going to be pretty toasty. We're not going to see a whole lot of relief during the overnight hours either. As we take a quick look now here in southeast Nebraska, your Shones roofing camera at 6th and Perkins and Beatrice. Lots of clear skies out there, and while usually that's a good thing, it's not giving us a whole lot of relief then from that heat as we take a look at your current temperatures, the mid to upper 90s. Several temperatures out there also above that 100-degree mark. Not quite there here in the capital city, 98 in Lincoln, 100 up in Omaha, 98 as well in Beatrice, and low to mid 90 or mid to upper 90s, excuse me, as you head out towards the Tri-Cities with Grand Island as well, right at the century mark. And as we take a look on satellite, this feels a little bit misleading. There's some lighter upper level clouds out there, but again, not going to give us a whole lot of relief from that heat and humidity. And there's been a couple of stronger storms out there today as well. A couple of severe thunderstorm warnings earlier this afternoon in Cherry County as we're monitoring the potential for those storms to try and move their way off to the east. Mainly going to be confined to far northern Nebraska as we go throughout the rest of your Saturday night into early Sunday morning. We could then see a few passing clouds, maybe a sprinkle or two of that tries to make its way into eastern Nebraska as we go through the overnight hours. But we'll have a better shot then at a few isolated storms then as we head into your Sunday evening and into the overnight. Here's 10 o'clock. Again, not everyone's going to see storms out of this, but those who do could could see potentially strong to severe storms, especially those for our folks up in northeast Nebraska, closer to the Sioux City area. Those wrap up, though, as we head through the overnight hours. Clear skies once again for your Monday, but however much cloud cover hangs around then from those storm chances could have an impact on our temperatures here in southeast Nebraska. In terms of your severe weather potential, anywhere from a marginal to an enhanced risk for far northern Nebraska for the rest of the day today, as we could see isolated to the numerous severe storms capable of producing large hail damaging winds. The greater portion of that risk then into South Dakota. However, then as we head into your Sunday forecast, we do have a marginal to then slight risk of severe weather with scattered severe storms possible for the northeastern Nebraska area. Once again, large hail and damaging winds the main concern. If that wasn't enough, let's do it again on Monday, except this time for the western edge of the state. The Panhandle and portions of southwestern Nebraska may see an isolated severe storm or two. One last look then at those heat alerts as we take a look then across the state. Anywhere here in magenta, that's your extreme heat warning, where we could see feels like temperatures up to 115 degrees. A handful of counties now under that heat advisory out towards the west, but the majority of us, again, looking at very dangerous heat alerts there as we go through the rest of the way. So make sure we're drinking lots of water, monitoring ourselves and others for signs of heat illness, as we can see that heat then continue into the start of the week. Still got 100 for Monday. We're going to see on that one as we get a better look at that cloud cover, but it still looks hot then after a cold front pushes on through into the middle of next week. Temperatures only dropping to the mid 90s, and we'll see sporadic chances for showers and storms as we close out the back half of the week.
You know, with that forecast, I'm really wishing we had a pool here at Channel 8. That would just make things so much better.
I mean, hey, if the bosses are listening, we got some space out back. I think we should get on that.
Plenty of room out there, right?
Absolutely. That would be fantastic on a day like today.
For sure. Thank you so much, Dominic. And don't go anywhere, because coming up in sports, Nebraska announces their football fan day, and one Royals player breaks the home run record. Stick with us.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Greens Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with sports anchor Jake Homan. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Well, hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody is enjoying their Saturday evening. Glad you could all be with us. Football season's just around the corner, and earlier this morning, Nebraska announced on their social media that they will hold their annual Football Fan Day in early August, the 8th to be exact. The event will be held from 2 to 3:30 p.m. in the Hawks Championship Center and will give fans the opportunity to interact with their favorite players in training camp before the regular season is set to start on September 5th against Ohio University. According to the Nebraska football page, additional information will be released soon, including how kids can sign up to be a part of Coach Rule's autograph line. Also special to be your favorite athletes, and this sounds like a great opportunity to do so. Ladies and gentlemen, Salvador Perez is in the sports zone yet again. The veteran catcher today blasted a solo shot to left field in Detroit, claiming sole possession and passing George Brett for the all-time Royals home run record with 318 long balls. As for the rest of today's ball game, the Royals continuing their series with Detroit, who has been hot as of late, winning 15 of their last 21 games. Well, all knotted up at 2 apiece in the 9th. In steps Nick Lofton and blast off. There it goes. Lofton's 5th home run of the season gives the Royals a lead before Alex Lane shuts the door in the bottom of the 9th. 3-2 the final in Detroit. The Salt Dogs continuing their homestand tonight against the Cleburne Railroaders in this crazy heat. They lost last night 10-5, but did have 12 hits compared to Cleburne's 15. So there are some bright spots. Hopefully they can get it done tonight. That's all the time we have here on the Sports Zone, but stay tuned for tomorrow's Athlete of the Week. Emma, we'll go ahead and toss it back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Nick. Looking forward to you tomorrow. And Dom, what do you got for us?
Yeah, anyone heading out to the baseball game tonight, be ready for the heat. It's going to continue the rest of the way here, and only getting warmer then as we head into your Sunday forecast. Got the triple digits out there once again here for a high temperature on Monday. We'll see that could hinge then on a little bit of cloud cover moving through the area on some storm chances for northeastern Nebraska. But unfortunately, even after a cold front moves through on a Monday afternoon into the evening, that only drops our afternoon highs then down to the mid-90s on your Tuesday. A little more cloud cover to go with that, but honestly, after a couple days there in the 100-degree mark, and that's going to feel at least a little better. But unfortunately, the humidity is going to stick with us for some time. As a reminder, we do have several heat alerts in place across the state as well. Hopefully, everyone is finding a way to stay cool. And I know personally, I'm going to go figure out about that pool situation, and hopefully we can get that ready to go for the 10 o'clock.
Let me know how that goes, Dom, okay?
I will.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10 o'clock after the WNBA.